So, how was your day? All good, comfy, warm, everything okay? Because I just got off a freaking mountain. I just had this brilliant idea to start today's vlog at the end of today's vlog. Take a look at what's coming next. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have no idea what time it is in Europe right now. We just picked our bikes up from the harbor in San Antonio. We're up since 6 o'clock in the morning. It took about, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours to get the bikes. We first had to go to the harbor to get some papers for the storage facility where the bikes were stored, and then we had to go back to the storage facility and wait a shitload of time, because by the time we finished getting the bikes ready, the guys from the storage facility had to go in their lunch breaks, and we had to wait a lot longer than we should have had. But we finally got the bikes, they're both okay, and let the adventure begin. We are just arriving in Valparaiso. We had to make kind of an emergency fuel stop because my buddy here had zero range on his bike. Valparaiso is a Pacific harbor city, and initially our bikes were supposed to arrive here in the container. But because, as you probably know, there have been some protests in Chile, like some really bad ones. People have died. The guys with the ship were sent to another port, to San Antonio, where we picked the bikes up today. Even with the social unrest that Valparaiso has been faced with for the last, I don't know, month or couple of weeks, I really dig the city. It doesn't look like anything European. It has this colonial style, which is really, really awesome. And the graffiti here, man, I'm not a really big fan of graffiti because I think they spoil the buildings when they do their tags, but here in Valparaiso, all the street art is amazing. There are some paintings, I don't know, they should belong in a museum, not on the street. We're currently leaving the mall in Viña del Mar, which is a resort near Valparaiso. It's day 3 of our trip to Chile. We stayed in Valparaiso for 3 days until we got our motorcycles and had everything ready, including exchanging some money and getting our SIM cards for South America, because our Romanian numbers do not work here. I mean, they work, but they're really expensive. Viña del Mar, the city in which we are right now, is a lot more modern. You can see that it's a lot more touristy. A lot of nice buildings, nice Pacific beach. Yeah. And we are currently heading to Santiago de Chile, or for the French out there, Santiago de Chile. And this is just the beginning of our long Patagonian ride. It's the 5th of January and we are leaving Santiago de Chile. Our time for accommodation here in Chile is over, and it's time to start the real adventure. We're going out of the cities into the wild. When we got into Santiago yesterday, the thing that struck me the most was the extraordinarily big contrast between how modern this city is and how poor some of its neighborhoods are. We were riding on the highway into town. The highways here are actually pretty good, trust me. But on the left and right sides of the highway, there were these really poor favelas, man. And it's amazing how, I don't know, I had never seen anything like that in my life. You have a 3-lane highway, and then on each side of it you have like the poorest people in Santiago. I think last night was the best sleep I got since I came here, and I feel that I'm running on all cylinders. Today we are going out of Santiago right now, and we are heading for Paso Vergara, which is our first stop on our Patagonian ride. And I'm a bit excited about this because it's going to be my first real off-road experience. I mean, long off-road experience. We have like 70 or 80 kilometers of off-roading. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. I don't know. I just want to finish these 200 kilometers of highway as quickly as possible and just get to that off-road part and see how things are going. We are on our way to Paso Vergara, and the view just keeps getting better and better, man. Whew. Oh. A lot of work. I tried to ride as much as I could standing today, the first time I ever did it. Oh, and I'm getting a bit tired, but let's go. Okay, so my foot slipped. What the fuck? All good. Oh, fuck. Whew. Okay, so just after my idiotic crash, we reached the border between Chile and Argentina here in Paso Vergara, but we don't want to cross yet to Argentina. We want to go back to Chile and spend some more days there. We will be crossing in Argentina when we get to Bariloche, I think. Okay, so this is the frontier passing, but as I told you, we're not going in Argentina yet. However, there is a lake really close to this border crossing, and we just want to go and check that out. Oh, so let's go. It's my first time riding off-road, so cut me some slack. Second one, okay? Oh, fuck. So as you can probably see, the bike is facing the right direction again. We managed to turn it around after that mishap. That was some piece of work. And this road, oh fuck. I tried to do something that I hadn't done before, and it did not work, so I'm going to stick to my own way of riding for now. Do you know what's actually the single thing I'm fucking terrified of? It's falling off of this goddamn cliff. I know that you need to flow with a motorcycle, but it's really fucking difficult when your knees are trembling, man. Trust me. Ce? We are still on this fucking mountain going up to this fucking lake, and I am fucking exhausted. I cannot even think anymore. I'm completely destroyed. Oh, fuck me sideways. Ooh, slippery motherfucker. We're also going a lot higher in altitude, and the lack of oxygen is not, it's not helping a lot as well. The problem is that my back brake is kind of loose and I cannot press it standing. So I'm relying on the combined brake. When I press the front lever, I hope I will not lock the front. Oh fuck, man, that was fucking close. Whew. Okay. We made it to this goddamn lake. I cannot breathe. I'm tired as fuck. I think I've never been more scared in my life. And I actually only fell twice. Well, kind of 3 times, but you know. Hope I didn't break anything on the bike. Doesn't look like it. In case you were wondering what a lake looks like, let me try to get on top. Man. This is the lake. This is what the fuss was all about. That's why we came all the way up here. The view is fantastic, but it's really cold. Anyway, let's get going down, okay? Don't fall in the last turn. Come on. I made it down the fucking mountain. Okay, I don't care if you think I'm a pussy, okay? This was a really intense experience for me. Oh, fuck. Loved it. I think, or did I hit it? I'll be doing this again anyway.